Bear with me here for some quick housekeeping stuff, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. Some FSBO live calls. Some FSBO live prospecting. Let's see here. Okay, there. Let's see here. Okay. Whoops. Got to turn that down. We don't need the feedback. One Josh is enough. One Josh is more than enough, that's for sure. Okay, so today, wait a minute. Nope, not that. Now we're good to go. This morning, I will be making live for sale by owner calls. So live prospecting, FSBOs. And I was hoping to use Lead Deck for it, but we have a little bit of a snafu between the data that we can get for free on for sale by owners and how it's being imported into Lead Deck. So that will be resolved by the end of day today. So for those of you that are already using Lead Deck, you can export for free for sale by owner data, import it into Lead Deck, and then just use the tool to tap away. I'm going to show you a manual method that you can all do. So regardless, any of you watching this, whether you're watching the live stream or where you're watching this, you can do this manually for free. And if you are watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, etc., and you're not in the school community, I would recommend that you go to the description, or if on TikTok, go to my profile and join the school community for free, because when you do, you can get the FSBO Fast Track Formula scripts book, which is what I'm calling this, because I love alliteration and naming stuff. And I'll give you the entire scripts book, which I will share on my screen here in a minute. And then I'm just going to go, I'm going to start smiling and dialing. One thing I will say, admittedly, for sale by owners has not been a pillar of my business, let's say. But I like reaching out to them because if nothing else, it is practice, it is skill development, it is reps. And worst case scenario, I uncover off-market opportunities or inventory that I can use in my deal of the week emails or in my social posting or by directly doing outreach to investor clients. Best case scenario, it turns into a listing opportunity. So, also, most of who I'll be reaching out to will qualify for one or more instant offers on our instant offer platform, which, oh, by the way, again, you can get free access to that by joining the school community. Join the school community, go to the classroom section. There's a bonus classroom, and it's in there. So I don't want to take too long teeing this up. I'm going to share my screen. You will only see the screen if you're in the school community because I can't share it everywhere. It just gets confusing and convoluted. But this is the scripts book, which is in the description for this. I guess it's a meeting, but I'll also drop it in the chat. Just sorry about the screen repeating. Now it's in the chat there as well. And I am going to start. This is the scripting process. Now, this is an evolution of my scripting process with this that was inspired in part by a conversation I had with Aaron Kelly last week or the week before. I think it was the week before. I don't know. The weeks and days all run together. Aaron had participated in our 5 weeks to 5 listings challenge last summer. She had a ton of success with for sale by owners, at least from the perspective of having conversations and going to preview for sale by owners. But she wasn't having a lot of success in converting them into listings and felt like she kind of her time could be better spent elsewhere. And so it caused me to rethink the flow and the process for this for someone like Aaron, who is a high producing agent who needs to focus on higher dollar activities. In other words, she is at a point where she shouldn't just be going on preview appointments with just any for sale by owner. She should be more strategic with her time. So that was the inspiration behind this. And oh, by the way, she did end up taking a listing with a for sale by owner that she initially had reached out to during our 5 weeks to 5 listings challenge, and it was a $900,000 for sale by owner. She was also competing against 5 other agents. So bravo, Erin Kelly. Good on you. The opening script. Hi, this is introducing myself. Just curious, are you still accepting offers for your property at street address? Because they have it online for sale. Are they still accepting offers? Okay. I've got the voicemail. I've got the text script. And then I've got the next step in the process, depending on where that next, whether I get them on the line or it happens in text. It's all broken down for you. And if you want the chapter breakdown, or I don't know what you call this, the tabs, you can tab back and forth over here on this scripting doc. Where can we find for sale by owners? Two ways you can find them for free on Zillow.com. Okay, and that's one way we can actually make money with Zillow and not have Zillow trying to take money from us. And then FSBonanza.com. Now this is, you do have to sign up for this, although it's free. It is something that my buddies Kristen Levi Jones built. And you can export data from here. And as soon as we have that fixed, in other words, the import feature fixed for that on LeadDeck, you'll be able to export and import that data right in there. And for those of you curious, like why, if you can get the data for free, well, when we export it, when we import it into LeadDeck, we can tap more easily. We can have pre-populated messages, and we can see their street view of their property. We can see more information and details, and it will automatically pull in email, which the free ways that we have for finding the data does not have that. And when you call, text, and email, it creates a unified front, and you get a higher overall response rate. Okay, so I'm actually going to start. I'm still getting for sale by owner data from a data provider. So I'm actually going to start by calling one that came in this morning, because why not? Why not? Now, my only hesitation in calling this 971. Where is 971? It seems like that would be that's Portland, Oregon. I hope I'm not calling her at 6 a.m. But if I am, so be it. Leela, good morning. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling to see if you are still accepting offers for your property at 216 Marion Ave in Carlisle. I will shoot you a text as well. If you could let me know either way, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks. So I'm going to text as well. Good morning, Leela. This is Josh with eXp Realty. Period. I just left you a voicemail. Period. Are you still accepting offers for your property at 216 Marion Ave? Question mark. If you have questions in the our school room here, feel free to open your lines like in between calls and fire them away. And if you have them, you can drop them in the chat. I'll check that periodically as well. Okay, so I'm going to now pivot to Zillow for data here. And I have Cumberland County selected, and I have for sale selected, and I've deselected everything but owner posted. And in the entire Cumberland County area, Cumberland County specifically. Oh, here's 216 Marion Ave. Do I have the right? Is it the same phone number? It is the same phone number. Okay, so that data is right. That's the one I just called. Okay. Anyway, so you can pull it up by county, you can pull it up by city or whatever. And notice there's a blue outline here. If I click outside of that, it will then show me everything on the map. It'll show me all ones on the map, and I can zoom in it, I can zoom out, I can kind of scroll around here and get more of those. So I called this one. This one I tried to reach the other day, and I don't know what the heck is going on with this one, but the phone number listed, which is also the phone number listed when I skip traced it in Lead Deck, which I'll just show real quick here. There's a skip trace function in Lead Deck. Did I not skip trace it? How did I do that? Well, let's skip trace it then, because I would like to track this one down. Let's see. Anyway, the phone number that's listed there is definitely not the owner. And he's like, these people, I keep getting these phone calls. Can you tell whoever owns this property to, update their number accordingly? Okay, well, this is fun. So I'm going to switch over to Lead Deck on my phone, because I was able to pull in this skip trace data, and maybe we can track down the owner here. It looks like Justin. So I'm gonna stop my screen share for a minute. Let's stop that, and I've got it up here. Let's call. Courtney, you asked what the name of the school community is. You're in the school community. Come on, CB. Have you not had your coffee yet? Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach. To be fair, I have been playing around with the naming of it to kind of. Yeah, hi. I'm trying to reach Justin about the property at 370 Beverly Road. It looks like it's listed for sale by owner, and the number on Zillow with it is not accurate. So I'm calling for two reasons. Number one, is this Justin? And number two, are you still accepting offers on the property? If you could let me know either way. This is my direct cell. It's 717-571-0456. Thanks. So, hey, Justin, period. This is Josh with eXp Realty, period. I just left you a voicemail, period. Are you still accepting offers for your property at 370 Beverly Road in Camp Hill? Question mark. Okay. So that was interesting. That was a 608 number. The next number listed is a 609 number. I'm calling all of them, because this screams opportunity to me, in that someone is trying to sell this property, but the contact information associated with it isn't accurate. So if I'm the one that solves the Rubik's Cube here, maybe I'm the one that gets the listing. And worst case scenario, I guarantee I have instant offers for this. Yeah, hi, my name is Josh with eXp Realty. I'm calling about the property at 370 Beverly Road in Camp Hill. Just had a quick question. It was one of those automated messages. Thanks, Josh. Please stay on the line. Hold on, let me just to see if it connects. Hello. Hi. This probably doesn't sound like Justin. So, hi, my name is Josh. I'm sorry to confuse you. My name is Josh. I'm trying to reach the owner of 370 Beverly Road in Camp Hill. In Camp Hill. I'm assuming I have the wrong number. I'm so sorry. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye. I don't know how that number got associated, but it was a woman. She was very pleasant and tolerable, considering I had no idea what the hell was going on. Go ahead, Deb. This one? 5. Yep. So I'm going to email, and then I'm going to keep calling some of these numbers that appear to be associated with this. Hey, Justin. Hey, Justin, are you still accepting offers for the property at 370 Beverly Road? Question mark. If you're watching on TikTok, the link to our school community where you can join live in the room and get the scripts book and some other bonuses, the link is in the profile. If you're watching on one of the other social platforms, the link should be in the description. You should come hang out there. Here, it's more fun. And we'll give you the scripts book. Oh, so that number is no good. Let's try one more here. I may try to call the number again. That is, I know is the wrong number, just to see if someone has given him the right number. Like, has someone, I don't know, has somehow or another he's found the correct number. If this isn't a reason why a for sale by owner should list with a professional, I can't think of a better one. Okay, so the other numbers are no good. I'm going to try this number one more time, even though I tried it last week and he was adamant. And then I'm going to move on because this is normally would not invest this much time on one. But what's interesting is this has been updated. There's been a price cut and some of the data. Hello. Hi, this is Josh with EXP. We spoke last week. I know somehow your number is associated erroneously with a for sale by owner listing. Yes. Is that okay? Has anybody given you the right number by chance, or like have you figured out? Because I'm trying to find. I have somebody that is very interested. Oh, so this is the right person? Okay, I thought the number was the same, and I thought it was the guy that I talked to last week that's like, everybody's calling me. Oh, okay. Oh, that's wild. Okay, and is this Justin? Okay, cool. All right, so my question one, are you still accepting offers on it? Oh, how did you have it? How did you have it for sale before? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like it's vacant. Okay. Are you still in the area or like what? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. If we brought you an acceptable offer, would you be totally opposed to paying a finder's fee? Got it. All right. Well, let me take a closer look now that I actually was able to connect with you, because I always want to verify, like, is it still for sale? Because sometimes stuff shows up on here that either has already sold or changed their mind or whatever. Let me work on putting together some preliminary numbers. I've got an out of state client that would be very interested. Let me work on that, and I will get back to you. If not later this afternoon, certainly no later than tomorrow morning. So it's 4-bed. Is it 2.5 bath, or it's just 2 full baths, or it's 1.5 bath? It's 2 fulls. Okay. And is the 1781 square feet? Does that seem about right? Okay. Okay. And then I can't tell from the photos. Is there a garage? Okay. And it's attached or detached? Attached. Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Well, Justin, I appreciate you taking the call. Let me get to work on this. And like I said, I'll get back to you one way or the other, if not later this afternoon, tomorrow morning. It's Josh Shanley. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Well, dang it. I should have just tried again. It's just the only reason it looks so similar. He said Zillow, somehow or another, the number got mixed up and it was three. It's the one that was on here last week when I tried to call was 3821. And so it is fixed now and he is interested. So I'm going to take a quick, before I go to the next one, I would just want to show those of you who are interested and kind of curious about what I would do next when I've got somebody. He basically said, yeah, he's totally open to a finder's fee. He's totally open to a finder's fee. Oh my goodness. So the weather here is terrible. It's crazy. It's supposed to be like 70, but then like total chaos to the point where my daughter is texting me that we're leaving school early. It's weathermageddon. Anyway, next, so he agreed to a finder's fee. What do I do next? Well, I want to see what the instant offers come back at on the property. And so this is, again, one of the bonuses that you can get for free when you join the community. If you're watching on TikTok, go to my profile. The link is in there. If you're watching somewhere else, the link should be in the description. Come join us, hang out. And when you do, you can get access to this instant offer platform. And so I think I already submitted this one, but I'll show you from scratch. Yeah, I did, but I'll show you from scratch. I'm going to pop it. All you need is an address. And it's going to look. It's pulling information. See, it says 1 bath, but that's not correct. And that might impact the preliminary offers. No, actually, it looks like. Oh, shoot, I'm not sharing it? Thank you for the heads up. Golly, sorry about that, folks. Here we go. So all I did was, well, I'll show you what it looks like before. So I went, this is my enterprise dashboard, but if you just get the free, it's free and it's unlimited access, the instant offer platform, you will see on the left-hand side, offers. You click on a cash offers, you just simply enter the property address, and then it will show up. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it again because I think since I navigated away, I want to show what that looks like. So it will take a few seconds to load up. It's verifying property details, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's matching it up with several different institutional buyers. And that will or can differ depending on what areas. For example, Stuart was talking there. In Atlanta, he has something called Homeward. I don't have Homeward in my market. My market's too rural, I guess. But I do, in my market, I have Quick Buy, Zoodealio, and Zoomkasa. There are some other ones, Easy Street offers, and there's a couple of others that, depending on what market you're in, you may or may not have access to or see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save the snapshot, okay, which was right up here. And now I'm going to look at these here. See, these are not as good as I would hope. These are not he's got it listed for $390, okay? And the details here are a little bit off, which could be part of the reason why it's showing. Yeah, see, it doesn't, you know what? Let me just verify. I'm going to call him back because I want to verify. It's saying no basement, but I don't think that's right. Why is it saying 1.6? I'm going to text him. Hey, Justin, it's Josh again. Sorry to bother you, but I just want to confirm that has a full basement, correct? And is it finished or unfinished? Question mark. The more time and energy I invest here, the more likely I am to get the opportunity to help him sell it if or when that opportunity presents itself. Okay, so I'm looking at how, when I'm investing this time, I'm looking at how can I get return on my time. Number one is I can use this as bait in my deal of the week email, in posting on social media, etc. Number two, it gives me like um, for me, like I have a couple of retail buyers that would likely be interested. So it gives me a reason to reach out to them. And then ultimately, obviously, I would love to get the listing because I'm certain I can sell this. And it's close proximity to me. I'm going to save it as full unfinished for now. I thought there was a garage here. It's in proximity to me, so I would have no problem popping by to take a quick tour. He said his brother lives right down the road and could let me in, right? So the initial offers here aren't going to be what he would like, but I don't really care. I've got something. I've got an offer I can bring him to at least have a conversation. So since I'm in here, I'm going to deselect the ones that I don't want. It's already vacant, so we don't need the lease. These are no good. And now that I have these, what I will do is I will call him back later this afternoon, or more likely tomorrow morning, connect with him even more, find out more information and details, most likely schedule a time for me to take a quick tour so I can get photos, etc. And then I will leverage that in my deal of the week email and in online, posting online using our inbound strategy for that. So worst case scenario, I'm turning this into an asset. I'm treating it almost like it's my listing, even before it's my listing. And I will demonstrate and document with him along the way. The other thing I will ask him in my next conversation, and this is important and valuable if you're going to work for sale by owners, is in Pennsylvania, there is a legally required disclosure. There's actually two that would be applicable to him. There's what's called a lead-based paint disclosure that sellers are required to complete if the property was built on or before 1978. And there's a seller's property disclosure. These are documents that are required by law that, whether somebody is selling for sale by owner or with a realtor, whatever situation or scenario, they are required by law to do so. Okay. So I will confirm if he has completed those. And if not, I will send him copies of those. Why am I doing that? Because I want to start to build a sense of reciprocity. And then lastly, what I will do later this week or early next week at the latest is I will put together a proposal for him recommending that he consider giving me an opportunity to sell his property with our 7-day stress-free home sale program. So that's the plan on this one. And I'm 2 in. How about that? 2 in. Okay. Let's see here. All right. We're caught up on the chat. So let me go to my, I'll finally move on to another for sale by owner. So let's go back here. Okay. This one is definitely overpriced. 300 is the number on this one. But you know what? I don't care because okay. So David, it's in there. I'll get you the link. For some reason David is saying he's having trouble with the chat, but we'll get that figured out. Yeah, see, it's right here. Yeah, it's definitely there. I don't know why you're not seeing it, but it's definitely there. 929 279, and I'll drop the scripts book in the chat again. Although if you can't see the chat, it's not it's probably not helpful, but Yeah, hi, my name is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling to see if you are still accepting offers on the property at 19 Ashburg Drive in Mechanicsburg. This is my personal cell. If you could call or text me back and let me know either way, I would greatly appreciate it. So, I don't know how motivated this person really is because they have two pictures. It's clearly wildly overpriced, and they've got a New York phone number. I don't know what that means, but hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty, period. Just left you a voicemail, period. Are you still accepting offers for your property at 19 Ashburg Drive, question mark? Apparently this is pretty serious, this weather that we have coming here, because they are sending our kids home at 12:30. But you know what? Right now it's just cloudy. So we're going to keep FSBOing away. This one I've already seen with my guy Sam. He would have bought it, except for whatever it's worth. This is a property that we have plans to put on 8 townhomes. Perfect for my guy Sam. If you've been following along, he's the guy that lives, a quarter of a mile that way as the crow flies, which is a silly saying, but whatever. And has a 26,000 square foot house. 26,000 square foot house. Anyway, we went and looked at this, and he was ready to roll on it. And I went and did some of the extra due diligence that the listing agent did not, and found that the area that they would be developing is in the flood zone. The house itself that's currently on it, the ranch house, which we were going to leave there, is not, but the rest of it is. So unfortunately, no go. So I'm going to skip that one. And let's go, which by the way, okay, so I'll use that as an opportunity to illustrate that I practice what I preach. Several weeks ago on these sessions is when I called that owner of that property. And at that time, I think he had it listed at $699. He now he dropped it on Zillow to $499, but he has a listing agent that it's not actively listed, but somehow I don't know. But he's got it. That guy is offering it at $389.9. So you just never know. But I guess my point is, I used that. I had a conversation with him. I used it as bait in my deal of the week email. I posted it on Facebook, and I reached out to guys like Sam. I actually reached out to 3 that I know like Sam that are looking for development opportunities like that. Right? So like if I'm spending, don't just find ways to leverage your work in as many ways possible. If you're going to spend the time, don't let it be wasted. If you're going to spend it, like, it was kind of silly the amount of energy I spent on that one property, but like I want to close the loop on it. Like I want to complete the circle on it. What's going on with this? And now I connected with him. And I don't think his price doesn't indicate motivation yet, but it's vacant. And at some point, his motivation will increase, and we'll see. Maybe I can bring the buyer in the meantime, and eventually, if not, take the listing. And either way, I don't care, right? I'm getting compensated one way or the other. I'm either getting compensation for bringing the buyer or compensation when we list it and sell it. Got it. Period. Thanks for confirming. That's helpful. So what I will probably do on that one, actually, is I will submit that for a final offer from Zoomkasa, because there is definitely some confusion on the property details. And so that preliminary offer, they might be able to adjust it, and then I can have a different conversation. One way or another, I don't care. I'm going to have the conversation with him, and I'm just going to be transparent. And I can already tell he's my kind of guy, because he said half basement is finished, other half is a half-ass washroom. My kind of guy. Like, I mean, and I could tell from the conversation, like, straight shooter, chill guy, like probably similar age to me, etc. Mark, who is watching on Facebook, if you're watching anywhere other than in the schoolroom, you won't see my screen. You will only see me. Sorry. You have to go to the link in the description, or if you're watching on TikTok, go to the profile, join the free school community. It's free, and you will get bonuses, etc. And you can hop in the Zoom room Zoom room, 40 and switch. The school room, I don't know what else to call it. And then you can see my screen when I'm sharing. You can also get bonuses, the bonuses, etc. Anyway, let's keep it moving along. I think, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a couple more calls, and then before I wrap, I will show how I will do the work of requesting an updated preliminary offer from Danielle, so you can all at least see what I'm talking about here. And Richard shared that to get the chat, I have to exit out of the full screen mode. So maybe David, I don't know, David, if you're in full screen mode, but if you exit from full screen mode, then you should see the different text icons. I don't know if that'll help or not. And one way or another, I'll get you the scripts book. The scripts book is in the, did I add it to the classroom? If I didn't add it to the classroom bonuses, the bonuses section under classroom, I will as soon as this is over. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. Okay, let's call. I don't know who I'm calling, but we're going to call this owner. They got a good phone number, 468-7777. I mean, Brad, good morning. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling to confirm whether or not you are still accepting offers for 273 Crescent Drive. I'm going to shoot you a text now as well. If you could just let me know either way. Thanks. I spoke a little too fast there. I think it's important in voicemail and actual conversations. When you speak fast, me included, when I speak fast, it sounds salesy. It also doesn't allow time to process. And so I try to speak slowly and clearly and intentionally pause, even in voicemails, but I didn't on that one. So bad form on my part. Hey, Brad, this is Josh with eXp Realty, period. Just left you a voicemail, period. Are you still accepting offers on your property at 273 Crescent Drive, question mark? I think he was trying to call back. We'll see if he tries to call back again. But in the meantime, we'll keep trucking along. What is this one? Commercial grade. What's it talking about? Commercial grade garage? Wow. Coming soon. I'm confused. It's got like wood side. Are these like before and after pictures? I'm confused. So when confused, let's call. See what the heck is going on here.
Hi, this is Bruce. Thanks for calling. I'm unable to turn to the phone right now. Please leave a message.
The other guy texted back already. I'll share that and how I'm going to try to continue the conversation. Bruce, good morning. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling to see what the status is of 207 Scotch Pine Road. I see that it was coming soon. I don't know if it's before and after pictures that I'm looking at. I was just trying to gather more information, see whether or not you're still accepting offers, and try and get some more information about the commercial grade garage that is with it as well. Anyway, if you would give me a buzz or shoot me a text, I'm going to text you as soon as I hang up as well, whatever's easiest for you. Thanks. Whoever has their line open, I don't mind that you have it open if you're if you have it open to ask a question, but if not, if you don't mind keeping it closed. Hey, Bruce, this is Josh with eXp Realty. Period, just left you a voicemail, period. I was calling to see what the status is at 207 Scotch Pine Road, question mark. I'm tweaking that slightly because it's confusing. It's saying coming soon. It looks like some before and after photos. I'm just genuinely curious what's going on. Got it. Thanks for confirming, period. If we brought you an acceptable offer, would you be totally opposed to paying a finder's fee, question mark? So he said, yes, the property is open for showings and offers. There has been reasonable traffic the first 30 days of listing with 2 offers, and the property remains on the market. So they got 2 offers. Obviously, not good enough, at least in their estimation at this point, and so it remains available. This looks like I am not. You can do it. You can do whatever you want. There's just so few that I haven't. I don't have it. This is my guy Ed calling. This will be fun. Ed, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Josh. Hey, is there a way to do a search on a phone number that I text? Like I had someone text me back wondering what vacant land we're interested in buying, but I don't know who I text.
Oh. So in lead deck?
Yeah.
Okay. So go to deal deck.
Okay.
And then up at the top, so it'll say deal deck. It'll say view and export your property deal decks, new folder. If you start typing in, you can search. There's a search bar there that you can search by address, phone, email. And the easiest, fastest way usually is I would put in the last 4 numbers because that's least likely to have like, duplicates.
Right. Okay. So, but when I'm calling yours and Eric's, it's going to give me, I don't know where this one came from, but I know it's about land. That's what's in the text.
Okay. So then go. I mean, then it should be there.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm there now, so I'll just put the lady's phone number in there.
Yeah, just put the last 4 digits in there and it should populate. And then it sounds like they might have multiple. So, I would include that in your line of questioning.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds as though they may have. But what did you say her reply was by text?
It was, hi, what ground are you interested
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
So it pulled up 2 different properties, one in Mechanicsburg and one in Harrisburg, under the last 4 numbers of her phone number. One's on Mountain Road and one's on South York Street in Mechanicsburg.
Okay. So you might simply say, say what she said again.
She said, hi, what ground are you interested in?
And you said there was a Harrisburg and a Mechanicsburg?
Yes.
Can you tell, is one vacant land and one a property?
As a matter of fact, yeah, one is a property and one is vacant land.
So I would say I was reaching out about the vacant land on whatever. Was that the one on Mountain Street, did you say?
Mountain Road.
So I was reaching out about your land on Mountain Road, but I'd be curious, or I was reaching out about the vacant land on Mountain Road, period. Do you have others available? Question mark, or something like that, or just call her. and say, you know, the reason I was calling was it looks like you have some vacant land on Mountain Road. But I'm curious, you know, I'm curious, would you be open to an offer on that one? And B, do you have anything else that you would consider selling?
Okay, got it.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
All right, man.
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
All right.
So that's my guy, Ed. For those of you that follow me, Ed, 2 weeks ago now, he is been doing outreach for me for 2 weeks. He's a local person. He's a painter by trade. Eric, who is an agent that is part of my EXP organization here locally, has him making calls because he's a painter by trade, but he has some health issues and he can't paint right now, but he's unafraid of the phone. He's not super skilled on the phone, but he's not afraid. And so he has been doing outreach for me and Eric for a couple of weeks now, 2 weeks to be exact. And he is on average bringing me 2 engaged leads per day. So that's been an interesting test. And in fact, this afternoon, one of the big things I need to do is follow up on some of the leads he has sent over Friday and Saturday. Okay. The guy on Crescent in Hershey, realtor fees are negotiable. It depends on a very strong offer. I'm more open, but at some point I would just engage with a realtor. So within reason. So he's telling me he's open to listing it early, and I'm not extremely motivated to sell the home. Oh, it's currently a tenant occupied. Round numbers over 305 may buy it. I appreciate all of the information and additional context, period. That's super helpful, period. What is the current tenant paying per month? And is it Chad? Good morning.
Hey, Josh, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. So yeah, Carlo forwarded me over the weekend, I guess, the listings.
Oh yeah. I got him. I got him input as coming soon. I think 2 of them on Saturday and 2 of them on Sunday. Yep. Uh-huh.
You knew that I was trying to, I don't currently have any, but I've definitely been interested for a while. I'm trying to get a couple rental properties, and he kept talking about this like this was something that was in the works. I know that he had mentioned he was trying to, they're trying to do one of those. What is it, the 1031?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is this how you're packaging them? That you're going to try and do them all at one shot, or not necessarily?
Well, we're open to any and all potential options. In other words, it wouldn't have to be a package, but we would have everything contingent upon all of it sort of working in unison for them to achieve that result. In other words, if we have 3 different buyers, as long as everything, we've got everybody, yeah. So it doesn't have to be purchased all as one package. Obviously, it would be easier that way, but there's a whole bunch of different ways we could slice it. I mean, the hardest would be if we have 5 different buyers, because I have 4, but there's one that more likely would be a retail buyer because it's fully renovated, and I just don't think it would make sense. Yeah. But the 4 that are occupied, I think ideally it would be 1 buyer or maybe 2. For whatever reason, I've had several folks that were either more interested in the 2 ranch houses and not the other 2, or vice versa. I've had people that only were interested in the condo and the 2 unit and not really the ranch houses. So, I mean, there's any number of ways that we could slice it.
All right. Well, again,
Okay.
And probably, maybe once I get a little more information on one of the other ones,
Okay.
probably the direction I would head.
Okay.
Being new at this, I guess, I'm kind of, maybe if you could, like, what are the best steps for me to move forward to be prepared for once things, I guess you're saying they're going to be listed officially?
They will be active, or the plan anyway right now is for them to be active Wednesday and Thursday. Like I think 2 of them I have going live Wednesday and 2 going at live Thursday. So a couple of things to think through. Number one, are you thinking or planning to manage them yourself?
Initially, yes.
Okay. There is property management that is in place. Now they had an old property management company. It was a couple, and I guess that company is dissolving. And so they are transitioning to a new property manager. He's fantastic. Okay. So I would say it would at least be worth a conversation with him as part of your due diligence. So that would be number one. Number two, have you explored what you would, have you explored financing options basically, or what are you thinking as far as that goes? Okay.
I had started going down and got pre-approved, and then again, it was somebody I knew, and they owned the property with a partner, and last minute the partner decided he was going to buy them out.
Okay. Okay.
So, and I kind of backed off a little bit. I knew Carlo had these and was planning on doing something, so I thought I was just waiting. Obviously, that was long ago enough that I would have to restart the process. And I guess, being multiple properties, I don't know if that falls into, does that then have to be like some type of a commercial loan?
Not necessarily. No, I mean, you could have a portfolio loan that's on both of them, but I would say more likely they would just be 2 separate mortgages, two separate loans. Yeah. Yeah. And they would each, they would each sort of stand on their own merit kind of thing. And so they wouldn't need to be commercial. They could be, but they wouldn't need to be.
So, you were asking about the property launch. Is there information that you make available as far as like, last couple of years, like records of what they're charging for rent? And maybe I've only looked at these on my phone.
Sure. We have some basic information so far there, but nothing super detailed as of yet, in part because I don't have any of that yet. But obviously the intent would be to have that information available, and even more obviously, once we have an agreement, we're going to need more of that documentation for, if a lender is going to be involved, for sure.
I will be going with a lender.
Right.
And I know that, like, with investment properties and stuff, 20% down, all that. So, like I said, I was close to to making a move 6 months ago. So I just kind of got to restart things.
Sure.
Obviously, with seeing them or even additional pictures.
We haven't been inside the units yet, so we haven't been able to get any interior photos yet. That's one of the things I'm working to coordinate with Travis this week, who's the new property manager that they've just turned it over to.
And are these available on the website?
Well, what do you? I mean, they're in the MLS. I can send you the MLS sheets, but that's probably what Carlo sent you, or maybe not.
Yeah, no, that's what he sent me. I was just going to try to pull up on mine.
Yeah, well, I can email the links to you, or yeah, absolutely. So what I can do is I can email you the links and also the disclosure statements, so you at least have. I mean, there's a little bit more information in those. If you want to, whenever we hang up, if you just text me the best email for you. Perfect.
All right, well, that'll get me started.
Yeah.
And then I'll do some stuff on my end and get back to you.
Beautiful. And I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know if or when It's also possible. I don't want to do too much of this, but it's possible that if I'll keep you posted if or when I know that we're getting access, and maybe you're free, and instead of just photos, we could even have you walk the two that you might most likely be interested, which it sounds like the 2-unit and maybe one other one. I can't guarantee that, and I don't know when that'll happen, but I'll certainly keep you posted on that front. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate the call. You too. Bye-bye. All right. Well, the kids are officially coming home early. Not that that matters or anyone cares about that, but that call. So the reason why I took that call because I knew who it was, but B, I am, one of the non-negotiables is answer your phone. At least one of my non-negotiables. And so I knew who it was already because I already have saved him. So I'll take a minute here to unpack that in a little more detail. That call was from an investor who is interested in at least 2 out of the 4 properties that I listed this weekend, out of the 5 that I will be listing for the tired landlords that CJ referred me to a couple of weeks ago. He knows the husband of the couple, and from that conversation, I guess he had tried to buy a 4-unit a couple of months ago, and I guess it was a partnership, and one of the partners ended up buying it or whatever. Anyway, we were texting back and forth over the weekend, and so I wanted to take that call because we hadn't been able to chat yet. We had only been able to text, and I wanted to clarify what, is he interested in all 4? Is he interested in whatever? And also that gives me ammunition, or at least the ability to get back to Carlo and say, hey, I talked with Chad. There might be a possibility here, etc. Where was I going with that? So just talking to people, right? And getting into motion and into action, good stuff tends to happen, right? Like one thing leads to the next. Some of the questions. So I've been calling for sale by owners, and we're not using Lead Deck for that currently because we're working out a glitch for importing for sale by owners. So you can import leads into Lead Deck, most commonly expired, which I'm also working on, Sean, on a cleaner process for that. So more to come on that. That should be an enhancement that's coming very soon. But for whatever reason, importing the for sale by owner data, it looked like it was importing, and then it was saying 0 properties, which is not accurate. We'll figure it out, and it'll be available this week. All of that said, I've just been manually doing the outreach. And because of the schedule I have the rest of the day, and because I already have 2, in my estimation, 2 very legitimate listing opportunities from those for sale by owners, I'm going to sort of close this loop by doing the following. I am going to, number 1, reach out to Danielle for ideally a better preliminary offer for Justin. And I will also take a look and do a little bit of due diligence on the one that I called Brad, because he basically told me he's going to list it at some point. So I'm gonna finish it out there. If you're watching on TikTok or on the live stream, TikTok, you should join the school community. It's in the profile. Live stream, the link is in the description. And the reason why I'm highlighting that is because if you want to see my screen, you got to come join the community, but it's free. So why wouldn't you? So I'm going to start by emailing Danielle. Now, Danielle is with Zoom Casa. And actually, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, if I go to snapshots here, I can pull up the property. And if I pull up this Zoom Casa, I can request an offer. So that'll send a signal to Zoomkasa. And RE 370 Beverly Road, Camp Hill. Request for offer. Some of the property details weren't entirely accurate, so I wanted to request an updated preliminary offer. And now I want to pull some information and details for me to send with this to Danielle. So let me see, first and foremost, has this ever been listed in the MLS? It has not. Not that one anyway. So let's I'm going to bring up the property record in Remine. And for those of you wondering, like, this is the work. Like, if you want more listings, this is, you know, short of just waiting for listings to fall into your lap, this is the work that we have to do. We got to proactively make stuff happen. Oh, I can see the 2-car garage there. And I guess it does make sense that it's 1781 square footage. Man, this might be perfect. 370 Beverly. This might be perfect for the Hearn Jacks. Whew, let's go. Beverly Park, lot 14. And the lot's a little small, but it is in the borough. Okay. So I'm going to pull some comps, and I'm going to look for Camp Hill Borough. And I want 4 bedrooms, and I want 2+ baths, total baths. And the square footage, above grade square footage, I'm going 1,700 to 2,100. And I need to go closed and pending. Here we go, 4 of them. Look at that. That is, I don't know if that's helpful or not. We'll see. All right, well, one of these is irrelevant because it's we need detached. Now what we got? Here? What is this one? Yeah, that's not really comparable. Well, I'm going to send what I've got. All I can do is send what I've got. You know what? Actually, I'm going to send this blind and see what she comes back with. Because I might be pleasantly surprised. It's 4 bedroom, 2 full baths. There's also a half bath in the basement. Basement is partially finished, and there is a 2-car garage. Thanks. And I will stay on her to get me that preliminary offer back. That way I have something for Justin. And either way, worst case scenario, I'm going to get back to him no later than tomorrow morning. Okay. Well, I'm not. I'm deciding not to, because I don't entirely know how they formulate their numbers. So I'm going to send that to her and wait for her to ask me for more information and details. So I'm giving her enough that we'll see what happens. In part because here's the decision tree that I made. He has it listed at 390. He mentioned to me, you know, he'd like to get as close to 400 as possible. The preliminary offers are a little lower than that, but they're also based upon when it initially pulled it, it was pulling it as a 4-bed, 1-bath. It didn't even have the 2 baths. So I'm just curious what she comes back with, and then we can have a little, like, I could just give her a call and say, hey, how are you coming up with this number, right? Because I want to see if we can make something happen here, and we'll see. But if you've got like good solid, because the other reason was I don't really have a comp that's like actually like that one. Meaning that the type of property with the 2-car garage, etc. Like this one's kind of comparable, but not really. So I'm just curious where she comes back at more than anything. And then I'm going to, let's see here. What was this one? This is a, where is this? Yeah, I mean, because they all of them have their own, they have their own like algorithmic, they have their own, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they all have their own way of comping and pricing them. Like there's no one size fits all. It's like an appraiser. You could send 3 appraisers to a property and you'll get 3 completely different numbers potentially. And so, yeah, I don't entirely understand it. If I had definitive, comps that came in at like, say, quarter, 400 to 4 1/4, I would have certainly included that. Okay. All right. So there's not many comps in this neighborhood for the, oh, now there are if I extend out a year. That's not helpful. That's not helpful. Neither is that. So I'm just going to do the same here. I'm going to submit for final, or request final on this one and see if we can get anywhere. And then regardless of what any of these offer come back at, regardless of what those numbers are, I am going to present that to them, and then I'm going to propose to them what and how I would help them sell to maximize their equity as quick as possible, regardless, because we need to take our shot. Like just, a couple of Mondays ago, I shared the Wayne Gretzky shot, right? We miss 100% of the shots we don't take. So I'm going to shoot my shot with both of them, and we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Tenant contract expires June, then month to month. Most of Crescent rent. Okay, but he's not telling me. He's being a little bit evasive, but nevertheless. Got it. Thanks for confirming. I'll get back to you most likely tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. Okay. I should have started with this, but better late than never. I see it. Okay. Anybody have any wins they care to share? I know Stuart had shared some wins in the school community from last week, so that was cool. Janita had a win as well. That was pretty exciting. And I would say also, regardless of Janita's win, the lesson of persevering and persisting, going deeper with a smaller audience versus just just trying to reach out to more and more and more. Instead of going more wide, she went more deep and actually got responses from. Well, I'll just share her post here if she doesn't mind because she shared it, and I know that she's here as well. But let's see here. Get that. I think this was it. So this was pretty cool, right? So I decided to do one last follow up on the 78 messages I sent out previously with just curious, are you still accepting offers for the property at street address? I got 4 responses, 2 yes, 1 relisted already, and 1 sold. Janita, were all of those 78 expired? Okay. 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 Wait, so was it a mix or they were all absentee? So had an 11-minute call with that seller today to get more details about the property and just send him a loom so he can review, blah, blah, blah. My first contact with this person was January 20th. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It was in my pre-foreclosure deck. He was radio silent and then shoot me an offer. Admittedly, I was surprised. I also got 1 response back from Loom Videos. And then he wants me to call him yesterday. And if I remember correctly, this went well, right? He wants to. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. The power of persistence and perseverance. Bravo. Bravo. Right. Going deeper with a smaller audience, especially when there are clear indications of potential motivation and distress. Like if you're the one that persists beyond the people that are just looking for the easy, like surface level opportunities, that's how you win. Aaron Kelly, I shared Aaron Kelly taking a for sale by owner listing. This was months after she participated in the challenge we did last summer. This was months later. She just kept in touch, then had to beat out 5 other realtors, but it was a $900,000 listing. Like the easy ones are nice, but you really only get to the easy ones through the work. Like you just gotta put in enough reps, and if you do enough reps, you get the easy ones, and you also build the pipeline of the ones that maybe make you work a little harder to earn it, but like usually they also pay really well, right? So I've got to come in for a landing here because I have a back to Zoom. Hold on. Unpack that again, David. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we have tutorials for those of you using Lead Deck, and if you're not, if you do at some point in the future, you can use. We have data that you can use, and that's what most people do. But you can also, you can also import data. I mentioned already expired. The FSBO didn't work this morning. We're working out the kinks on that. But David is describing where he used Remine to find, like, basically circle prospect on behalf of a buyer. Is that fair, David? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. So you got. How many? Just for people that are wondering, like how many people or property owners did you contact to get the 2 yeses? Guesstimate. Okay. 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 So that I would say that's a little bit well, you got 2 yeses. I'm sure you got other responses. Really? Okay. And was this just a geographical list that you built, or were there any other motivating factors or indicators? Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. You gotta wade through more. Yeah, you gotta wade through more. Well, thanks for sharing. And also I'll end by this. Leverage, leverage, leverage. So if David hasn't already done this, I would hope that he also uses that as a way to document and demonstrate to these clients the work that he's doing on their behalf. So, oh, by the way, Mr. and Mrs. Homebuyer, I have been working on your behalf to see if we can find you off-market deals. I reached out to 50 in the neighborhood you're looking to be in that have property details that generally match the criteria that you mentioned. I've gotten 2 yeses so far, and I'm doing some more due diligence on those. Yada yada yada. Right. So using well to most, it's a lot of work because it's above and beyond what they've typically experienced if they've experienced working with a real estate agent in the past. So, and even if that agent did that, they probably didn't communicate that. Right. So like your clients don't know how hard you're working unless you document and demonstrate it to them. By the way, and in the last 5 minutes, Ed has sent me 2 warm engaged leads in the last 5 minutes. My man is crushing it. My day just got even more busier. Okay. So tomorrow we have our lead deck lab for Founders Club members at 1 Eastern. No live Closers Cafe. However, I will be releasing some follow-up information. What I'll do is I'll share in the school community what and how I'm following up with Brad and Justin, the For Sale by Owners that I connected with this morning. And I'll probably also include information as to what I'm doing with these warm leads that Ed is sending me. Wednesday, we'll do a 11 a.m. in the community here, a live prospecting sprint. I might just do For Sale by Owners again because I only ended up reaching out to 3 of them, I think, or maybe 4. I don't even know. It wasn't that many. So that is likely. I'll just pick up from that point on Wednesday at 11 a.m. If you're watching on TikTok, in my profile, you can join our school community. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or even Instagram, you can find the link to the community in the description, or on Instagram, the link is in my bio there as well. Let's all make it a great week. And for our Founders Club members, I'm excited to hop on tomorrow at 1 Eastern with